I think people are asking the wrong question. Every time I make any kind of statement dealing with race, for example, stop shaming Black and brown women out of their own cultural practices, there are always people in the comments that are like, well, what about white women? And I just think that's the wrong question to ask, because that's not what this conversation was about. I never said keep shaming white women. I was purposefully centering the experiences of Black and brown women. And honestly, I could have taken it up a notch and just centered the experiences of Black women, because almost every form of prejudice that a brown woman experiences is because of proximity to Blackness. But that's a whole other conversation. I've already kind of had it, and I will keep having it, even though it pisses some people off. When I talk about the specific experiences of Black and brown women, I am not making any negative commentary on white women. I'm not making any commentary at all, which is why it's the wrong question to ask. A better question would be, why do you have to center the experiences of Black and brown women in this conversation? Because maybe there's an element of experience that you're not exposed to on a daily basis, and you want to learn more about that, to come at it with curiosity instead of accusation. Because underneath the question of what about white women, it's really a what about me? Or it's a I'm like that too, I'm not a perpetrator of this. And it's rarely curiosity. Curiosity would be asking to understand why we need to speak about these experiences. Because I will tell you, as a creator on this and other apps, I experience racism and other forms of bigotry just as much, if not more, than I experience misogyny. And I know that it's probably 10 times worse for a dark-skinned Black woman. So I'm bringing it up for two reasons. One is an opportunity to self-reflect in case you're engaging in that behavior, the shaming of Black and brown women. And the other is so that Black and brown women understand that this is a safe place. This is a place where we do our best to dismantle those systems of oppression that may have been haunting us for, I don't know, a lifetime. So if you feel that you're not engaging in this behavior of shaming Black and brown women, then you should be fine with the statement, stop shaming Black and brown women. You might feel like, yeah, don't do that. That's a bad idea. When you turn it to, well, what about white women? It's like you're bringing us back to your baseline. We should only be fighting misogyny because that's what we all experience, and erasing the idea that we should also be fighting racism. So while people of all backgrounds should be able to enjoy belly dance without being shamed, I, as a brown woman who has been shamed for very specific reasons, and it's not just misogyny, am going to talk about those issues. And that's okay. I'm not saying anything about anybody else. I am simply speaking about my shared lived experiences. And if we're not allowed to have conversations about being a woman of color, what does that say? And what's the problem with not being allowed to talk about specific experiences? They're probably in the room.